Groups, RC Groups. It's a live RC Groups Hangout. I just said RC Groups 3 times because this thing says it's starting, but it'll already have started, or it won't tell you it started, and then it will start later. So
what podcast is this?
RC Groups, RC Groups, RC Groups, RC Groups Live Hangout, Thursday, June the 2nd. How in the holy smokes is it June already?
It's June, baby.
Getting older by the minute.
Fridays are clicking by, which is great because you get Friday so fast now. But that also means that I'm clicking closer to my ultimate destiny.
Well, you told me that Thursday's the new Friday, so I don't work Friday anymore at all, period.
I forgot to tell you.
That comes from you, my friend.
That's over. That was only that one day.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, everyone, we're sitting here with, we're in a comfortable manner because we've been talking for a little while. I've got Mr. Jason Cole on the far left.
Hello, everybody.
But Matt Gunn is in the middle.
Hey, y'all. What's going on, everybody out there in RC?
Stuck in the middle with you.
Did you make some coffee?
Oh, yeah, and I've got it in my Ohio mug.
And what shirt do you have on?
I have my FG shirt on.
One like mine?
No, mine is the one that I designed for Jonal last year.
Yep.
So you've got the classic vintage logo going there, buddy boy. Looks good.
I love this shirt.
I do too. It looks good on you. It's very form-fitting.
Oh, yeah. Well, it's my muscle. Look at that. Bam!
Oh, you got tickets?
Tickets to the other Scratch and Gun show. That's right.
Wow.
You gotta be careful.
What is happening? What is happening?
That's how we roll on Thursday. And we got some viewers.
Welcome to the, I'm going to turn off y'all's little chat windows here so I can see everything.
Welcome to the second live broadcast of the day.
So, Jason, how's cutting your own hair going? Do you do it, or does your wife actually do it? Because
I do it now.
You got a flow bee, don't you?
I got tired of paying like $35 a month to get my hair cut.
Oh,
actually,
$35.
This is how I roll out of bed because I haven't had a shower yet. So yeah, that's looking pretty good to me.
I've got to think that Banggood probably makes some sort of hair trimmer you can buy.
I would not be surprised.
Do you guys ever peruse the Banggood mass emails and think,
Yeah,
do you think I could get one
site.
for a review and talk about like the RC event haircut that you have to have?
You know that they
Does that
would.
play?
People are trying to give us all kinds of stuff for review. We're having to say no now.
I know. I perused the site, and I have my eye on a bathtub submarine for my son at a whopping $3.99 for a radio-controlled submarine. That's not $399. That's $3.99.
I bet you'll get a full
Unreal.
$3 worth of RC submarine out of that thing.
You know what? Even if
per minute that it lasts.
even if it came DOA, my son would love it.
Now, the one thing they have that I look at a lot, by the way, no one knew we were going to talk about this. This just popped out of my mind, so don't think this is a paid political announcement. One thing that I always look at those emails are they have cool camo pants and bug-out bags. And
They also have those giant shirts that have cat faces and pugs on them that are like printed all the way 360 around the shirt to go with those camo pants and bug-out bags.
Maybe for Jonal next year, we should find the most audacious shirts possible, and all of us get one and wear it one day.
Oh, I think that is a great idea. And in the
Ugly shirt
meantime,
day.
let's get one for our next video live broadcast.
Okay.
Not the next, but coming up soon. Yeah.
I'm not sure how long it takes. That's the other thing. It's in China. So, like, I've never bought the pants I want to buy because it's in China, and it's probably not going to fit me because isn't it made for, I mean, I don't know what the sizing is.
Oh, that's a stereotype. If anybody's watching right now, all you people that are coming on, we're talking about perusing Banggood's website and all the good, awesome, inexpensive stuff you can get. And yeah, I think the sizes are probably a little tight, like that shirt.
Well, they could. I mean, they're obviously selling to the U.S. My shirt's not tight.
You know I'm joking with you, right? Let me see. Go, hold on.
All right. Right here. That's about perfect. And the other day, this is embarrassing and funny at the same time, which I guess that's how that usually works. Jumping topics, Jason and I went and shot video, and I was shooting video for the Hot Trigger.
Hot Trigger!
Trigger!
Hot trigger. And I had to, first time in my career, I've been editing videos since 1996. That's when I was born. And I had to edit around my RCG shirt. It was one of my old ones, so I guess I had it a long time. And every time I raised up, my belly popped out. So I was editing video around when my shirt was allowing too much skin to be seen.
Yeah, that's a big no-no for RC videos.
That was like, I've never had to do this before.
The only skin that's shown is arms like this. You get in, you get out, you start shooting the plane. Heaven forbid that you see a belly button in an RC video.
I once saw Rod Stewart like 3 years ago live on TV, and he too wore a shirt that was too short, and his girth, I was like, oh no.
How old is he, like 104?
He's old enough for me to let it slide, but still, on live TV, being a rock star, you don't want a shirt. So I don't know how they were getting that angle. I was seeing his gut. It was wrong. By the way, this is my Joe Nall Farmer tan.
Oh, yeah. Let's see that bad boy.
Right
Hold
there,
on.
right
Let's get the present to everybody. Oh! Yeah. Uh-oh. We lost your mic.
I turned it off.
There we go. He turned it off because he was flexing too hard.
Gun. Bam.
Nice. I have a farmer's tan too, but it's just on my red neck here. Look at that. You can barely see it. That's it, man. I just got... You know, it doesn't show up too well on this. This camera takes off too many pounds.
I'm going to Mexico in a month, and I guess I have to start working on a tan.
You're going back to Mexico already?
Yeah.
Or you just there?
Yeah, I was there Christmas.
You bringing anything RC that you can pack in?
They're really clamping down on LiPo batteries in Mexico. There's two things to consider: getting in and getting out.
Well, don't you have a Yagi with NIMH, like 80 cell?
I don't think I can pack the...
Just don't carry any pistol flasks with you.
Yeah.
Glass pistol.
Oh, by the way, talk amongst yourselves. I'll be right back.
So,
okay.
Yeah,
Hello.
Jason, 2 rules. Don't carry LiPos and don't carry anything in the shape of what?
You can carry LiPos.
On an airliner? Thought you couldn't.
Yeah, no, totally can. You got to do a carry-on. You can't check them.
Oh, but is there a milliamp limit to that as well?
There is, but it's pretty large. You'd have to be like a commercial drone pilot. Like, I probably couldn't carry my 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, my 10, I don't even know, 100 amp hours of worth of batteries of LiPos I've got for my big S800 or S900.
You run all of them in parallel, right?
Yeah. We fly for 3 days straight.
But she weighs 100 pounds.
Yeah, really.
So let me tell you what I did yesterday, Jason. During lunch, I've been going out because the weather's been popping really good. The thermals are hitting. So I took my Mystique out at lunch and caught some thermals in the first few minutes. Flew for a full hour on one push-up.
One toss.
Yeah, it felt really good. And went out this morning for lunch. Nothing. Not one thermal. Just all sync.
Yeah, it changes every day.
What you got, Jimbo?
First of all, I just noticed I've got some people flying on our Real Flight server. Awesome.
Mm-hmm.
So if you're on Real Flight and you need something to do this weekend, hang out on the Real Flight server. I have lost our custom field with everything on it. I can't get it back. I tried all day yesterday, and I hate Windows machines, I found out.
That's not good. How did you end up, quote-unquote, losing it?
It just stopped working. I turned it back on, and then my field was gone.
Gone.
The only thing there was the ground. And so I will import another field. I gave up. It's like, okay, we don't want to delve into why I hate Windows, but I do.
Hey, I'm speaking to you on Windows.
Yeah. Okay, so I have 2 things, and I'll make the intro brief. Almost every podcast we have a Jim T story. I actually have a real Jim T story from last week. Not the squirrel on the head, and I forget what happened to me the week after that. But I told a story one time when I was getting on a cruise ship, and the lady looked at me in horror as she noticed a 12-inch knife in my bag and the x-ray machine, and I said, "That is not my knife." And she says, "Is that your bag?" And I'm like, "Yes." And then I immediately sounded like somebody on Cops or one of the reality shows.
back, boys.
This is what was in my bag.
Oh, it's serrated for
You got it back?
penetration.
We got it back when we got off the ship. My mom said, "Oh, I stuck that in your bag right before you put it on the conveyor line."
You have got to be joking me. Your mother is the sweetest lady with the worst things happen to you
I've
because
never met my mother. Sweet is not the word.
she's okay.
Feisty. Feisty. Strong opinions. She's an awesome lady, but sweet would not be the word to describe her. I don't think she would argue with me. Now, we're going to get to the last and the very best thing you're going to see today on the internet. So we're in Mexico, and I'm getting on an airplane. We're flying back from Mexico. And the man runs my bag through it got onto the conveyor belt through a terrible weather incident in which we were pitched off an airplane due to weather, and then we tried to get back into the airport, and I forgot something that my mother gave me that was in my carry-on bag. It's coming into frame right now. Are you watching?
Yeah.
Bam!
Oh, man.
That was front and center in my bag, and let me tell you what that looks like on an x-ray machine.
A novelty, one of those hand things that you put on your finger that says #1 at a sporting event? That's
No, on an x-ray machine, it looks like a real damn gun.
How much does that hold? A flagon?
I don't like the concept of how you drink out of this or anything. They took it, and my mom went to the trouble of finding it and shipping me another one. So that's how I have this now.
That holds booze?
Yeah, it's got a
Oh,
hole
it's
in
got a cork in the top. Well, how do you drink from it, Jim?
You gotta go look. Which is a terrible idea.
Basically, you got to put a gun in your mouth.
Yeah.
Look.
And I'm sure the tequila in here was awesome.
Well, you should have spray painted it black for effect.
Don't stick that in your bag, people.
You could bop somebody with that and still wouldn't break it.
And then my final, I mean, we're doing it all at the front of the show. Yeah, I went to see, if you listen to our podcast, you'll hear the dun 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 dun. So that's me playing the guitar, but I got to see the guy who actually invented the song, Mr. Dick Dale, the king of surf guitar, who's 79 years old.
Wow.
Dick comes, and then I promise we'll talk RC for the rest of the show. He's behind the curtain. The band starts going. His band guys are all like in their 30s, and he starts killing that guitar just like he's opened up sort of with the song that I do, and he came out and he was literally an old man, but just because he had an awesome Stratocaster, I have one over here, and his skill set, he was a very bad man who had girls gyrating in the front row. It was crazy.
Didn't he wear an El Chupacabra mask?
That is Eddie Angel. He's a different surf guy. He came on for Dick Dale.
Oh, cool. Well, I'm glad you got to see him before God knows what happens next
Time
in
the
industry, right?
Yes. So, Mecca, I know that we've been blowing RC videos out like at maybe a record rate.
I would call it feverish pace.
It's like every hour the RC Groups thing will go ping. There's a new video. So what you've been working on a boat? What have you been working on most recently?
Oh man, I've been working on this beautiful. Look at this thing, dude. This thing weighs a ton. Ready?
That thing is pretty awesome.
Look at that. Let me put the body on it because it just
that is sexy.
It is quite sexy. Check this out. Alrighty, so we got.
I think it looks better with the body off.
I know, man.
Me too.
So this is the Arma Nero 6S BLXXX 1/8 scale monster truck. This thing weighs a stout 13 pounds.
Wow.
Yeah, and it's powered obviously on 6S. That's 3S 5400 in series.
Jeez
So
Louise.
check that out. What we have here, this thing looks like it should be outfitted with some sort of military weapon because this is
that
legit.
looks awesome.
Yeah, isn't it? Check it out. I got the bottom case off. So it's got a 4024 2000 kV motor. it has a 200 amp ESC, and it is, the cool thing about this truck is that it has selectable locking differentials. All three of them, the center diff, the front diff, and the rear diff, can be controlled from the transmitter, and they've dubbed it Diff Brain. So Hobbico has a website called rcbrain.com where they played this thing up for about a month, and people were like, what the heck is going on?
Right. What
are we dealing with? At first we thought it was a quadcopter. Then they showed pictures of ground stuff, and you're like, okay, it's some sort of autonomous rover. Nope, it is selectable differentials. So you can lock all four if you want to do rock crawling and powering through mud and dirt and stuff like that. You can unlock them all and do speed runs. Now, I did a speed run yesterday. Yes, 60 miles an hour. I mean, you want to talk about these wheels turning into pancakes at 60? The front wheels, literally, it's up like this, because that's, the wheels become like, they look like records when you're the front do. So.
And I gotta say, it looks awfully clean for have it running already.
Oh yeah, I put it out on the street. That's the only thing I did was run it on the street. So check out those big bore shocks. So what they do is they have a cantilever right here. You see this? Check it out. So the shocks are laid down flat inside, and it uses a cantilever to actuate them. Very cool truck. I love it. I was a little bit, I don't want to say I was on the fence, but I haven't, because I have my roots in RC cars. Before I was working with you great people, I was working for another website and was doing all RC cars and stuff. And so I have years and years of reviewing nothing but nitro and electric vehicles. And so I got out of it for a long time after, doing airplanes and stuff like that. This is kind of a blast from the past for me. I feel like a kid again with an RC truck, and this thing is pretty intense. So I like it a lot. Yep. And the video's up, by the way. We just did the unboxing review. It is on RCGroups.com, and you can check out the video on YouTube on our channel.
Awesome, man.
Yeah. What about you, Jason?
Oh, baby. So I've got a couple things just to talk about here. I'll just kind of show you.
You got a pistol?
I don't have a pistol. Well, I do have a pistol, but.
Or how about a knife?
How about that?
Oh man, that's a switchblade.
That's a. So you can see it hanging up there, right here. That's.
Hey, wait a minute. I'm kind of exploring your space back there. You got some good stuff.
You got Woody and Jesse hanging.
Woody. You got a Carbon Z Cub in the corner, just being neglected.
Hi, Mario.
Well, hey, everyone, Jason Cole's selling that Carbon Z Cub, I heard.
Yeah, that Carbon Z Cub's going to go up for sale. Not because I don't love it. I love it. It's just a little bit too big and too much of a hassle to put together. I have the new Multiplex Fun Cub. So that review went up today, actually. Got it done. I just got it last Friday, so it came in the day after we did the podcast last week. And it was a giant box, and I was super pumped, and put it together, built it real quick, got everything ready, got my studio photos, all that stuff done, and then Jim and I headed out to the field on Tuesday.
I liked the video. Great video.
So I got to get some flight time in on it, and it is awesome. So it's every bit as cool and good flying as the original Fun Cub. It's just a whole lot bigger and looks a whole lot better. So that was always my gripe with the original Fun Cub, was just didn't think it looked good as an airplane, and this one looks really, really good.
I don't think I've ever seen flaps that go straight down.
Oh, man.
Degree. It actually can go over 90 degree. I had to reduce the travel.
Wow. It starts to go backwards.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, so my buddy CJ Corella has the Bigfoot, and on the inside of the flaps, he'll fold them straight down, and on the inside, so you can read it when it's coming at you in big letters, it says, slow down. That's what you should put on the inside of your flaps.
Awesome. Yeah, so what I had the ailerons on separate channels, so I was able to set up a crow mix.
Saw that? That was pretty legit.
So you can come straight down and just deploy them, and it just kind of just parachutes down to the ground. Pretty awesome. But it hovers. It does all the great things that Cubs do. I love side slipping it, coming in, almost dragging a wheel on the ground sideways, doing one wheel touch and goes and landings, and it's just a hoot to fly. And then it's kind of expensive, so people see like it's $399 for the receiver-ready version. And you're like, man, that's a lot of money for a foam airplane. I'm like, well, it's not that much money when you look at all the features and the design that went into it. So what makes it really, really awesome? For me, I can fit it in my car in one piece, so that is a giant win for me over my Carbon Z Cub that I have to break down every time. But even if I had an even smaller car and needed to break down the Fun Cub XL, it's about 5 seconds to pull the struts off. It's literally ball links on the wings, and then this little lever that you just pop.
I love that lever, man.
And it comes off, and the strut's off, and then the wing has this cool servo connector plastic hold area kind of thing, and it's not like a plug-in wing like you can do with some sailplanes and stuff, but they're there, and it's easy, and you just have your servo leads, and you just kind of pop them on and slide the wing on. It's one screw on top for each wing, and then 2 or 3 seconds a piece on the struts, and you're done. So it's got to be one of the easiest to put together at the field kind of airplanes I've ever seen. So a lot of engineering and design work went into doing all of those things that make it cool. And then you've got the Bombay doors. They throw that in there with you with the kit. So it comes with this magnetic hatch that's covering the recess, and you can just pop that out and then slide in the doors. All the hardware's there. It uses a magnetic little lock thing. You can see it in the pictures on the review, but it just kind of locks in place. About 2 seconds you can install the doors, and you just have to provide your own servo. They've got the control rod already in the kit, and just hook that up, and then you can have working Bombay doors for bomb drops. It's got a float kit available for it, so you can fly off the lake if you want to. The weird thing for me was they did all this work of carving out the molds for the foam wings to make wiring to run out for what would be landing lights and positional lights on the wingtips. And they ran the wires all through there and all through the wing ready to go, but then they left out the LEDs. So they sell an LED kit for it that you have to buy separately. I just think that's kind of odd because it's a couple pennies for an LED or something. It's like, why not go ahead and put it in if you're doing all the wiring and stuff already? But
that's a bad move.
Whatever.
I would definitely get those LEDs.
Yeah, I mean, you guys, I'm gonna definitely be adding some to mine. It's kind of weird not having them, but. And then it runs on 6S packs. So if you want to send me the packs you got for that truck, Matt, I'll just run those. You can.
Pretty good. Actually, they're 3S. You got to use them in series. Is that what that one's set up for? A single?
Well, they give you a series connector, but it's that weird multiplex plug.
You mean the one I cut off every time and put
nobody uses it. So I put Dean's plugs on it. But what I just realized, so I've got these really old, pretty worn out Thunder Power packs, and that's what I flew for the video and stuff. And so I was hovering it, but those batteries were just not great. And I was like, man, I don't want to buy a bunch of new 6S packs. They're like $60-$70 or more. They're pretty expensive. But I just realized, hey, there's a ton of room in that thing, and I've got like some 3-cell, pretty good 3540C 5400s that are running my paragliders. Everybody take a drink if you're playing the game. But so I can run those in series.
Oh yeah, you said paraglider.
So I can run the 3S 5400s in parallel that I've got from Ready Made RC and have some killer packs for this thing. So that's got me even more excited now that I have some decent batteries for it. And then you can even run it on as low as like 3S 2200s. I've seen people wire in series a couple of 3S 22s, but you have to add some nose weight if you do that. It's pretty light. So.
Well, did you see Express's reply that you can fly it on 5S and 4S?
5S, yeah.
Yeah, it's just not as sprightly, but it's still, I'm sure, quite the beast. You know what I like about your videos? No matter what you fly for a review, even if it's like close to a glider with huge dihedral, you always do rolling circles.
Yeah, man, I was going to ask you about that. Can you do a rolling circle on any airplane? Because you do it on every airplane.
I mean, yeah, if an airplane can roll, it can do a rolling circle.
That's true.
It's kind of funny. I was watching the flight test video on the Fun Cub XL, and they were talking about how they were kind of average, mediocre pilots, and you could see it flying and doing some things. So I was like, yeah, let's show what a I'm not saying I guess I'm an expert pilot. I would say that, but a professional pilot, a good quality, good skill set and stuff, and see what the airplane can really do in the hands. And if you can get to that level and beyond, then this is capable of doing these things. So I think it's better than just showing it lumbering around and just doing basic stuff. So you do both, you know. You show both of that.
Appeal to everybody.
Yeah. But it's a great plane. Looks awesome, flies awesome, breaks down, does kind of everything you want a Cub to do. So I'm very, very pleased with it. I will be putting my Carbon Z up for sale here soon just because I don't need 2 large Cubs. And in my small room, you can see the room, so I don't have a lot of space. So I got to constantly like rotate things in and out.
I'll give you that boat for it.
That's tempting. That's tempting.
Try to present to me, Matt, and let me see if this is this video thing is going to work.
You want to present to everybody?
Yes.
All right, here we go. You're on.
Okay, I'm trying a YouTube tool here.
Oh, I saw you enabled that. Oh, we lost your sound.
You are muted.
Can you see the video though?
No.
Negatory. Nope.
It says I'm presenting to everyone.
Nope.
I
Nothing.
see your unlit RC group sign on your couch.
Yeah, that's a travesty. All right, let's see.
Presenting to everyone just means that your screen stays up no matter who talks.
Yeah, you're right, but it's in my screen. It's showing your video on YouTube with the audio. That's why it muted me so it could play the audio.
Oh, weird. Do you have to do share screen?
Oh wait, I just clicked the YouTube thing and now I can see it. Jason, you don't see. Let me take him.
Oh, I had to click it too. Yeah.
Okay, so it says welcome to YouTube Hangouts. I wonder if our viewers can see it. Jason's on mute. There, you're off.
Well, it's when you hit play on the video, it automatically mutes your audio.
So we can see this, but can all the audience see
I don't know if the users can or not.
I don't know. Somebody out there watching right now, maybe they can hit us on group chat and let us know
Post
if they
in
can.
the Q&A.
Yeah, let us know if you can see the YouTube video.
I'm going to kind of think no, but...
Yeah, I'm jumping out of it.
All right, let's bail. Well, how do you bail?
Now I can't get it out of it.
I just clicked on the
YouTube icon. Yeah.
Okay, gone. All right, sorry, y'all.
So, the only other thing I had to talk about really this week is I am kind of getting things ready. I'm still waiting on a motor and the servos for my Wyvern. Yeah, we just got a note on the video, so that didn't work.
All right, cool.
So I'm waiting on motors and servos for my Wyvern, and then I can get that finished up. I'm hoping that all gets here in time because I'm heading out next Thursday. I probably won't be on the podcast. I'll be driving, or I'll be at the field. We'll see. Maybe I'll get some Wi-Fi at Murgadoc's house. But I'll be at the Pecan Patch FPV event, which is an amazing FPV playground, a killer place to fly. So I'm very excited about it.
I know you'll have video at his place. You need to do this at 2 Central Standard Time from that.
Let's do it, man.
And I want Miss Judy on screen with you.
There you go.
Yes, put her on screen. She is a treat.
Yeah, we'll set it up. I'll be there definitely before lunchtime. So
we should do a contest where we have it's a contest. Somebody's going to win something. I'm making this up right now. And to enter the contest, you have to draw Judy's next tattoo. Submit it in the thread. Judy picks the winner. And if Judy's into it, which I think we wouldn't have to twist her arm, then that'd be a pretty cool contest.
There you go.
All right, we're setting up Judy's next tattoo without her.
So the patch, I would say the patch is one of my favorite places to fly FPV. If you didn't hear me talking about it last year or seen any of the photos or any coverage or videos from it last year, but this place is awesome. So it's a giant, nice field. It's actually there's a full-scale grass runway there. We've got a drone quad racing course. It's all cut out of mowed grass. But then there's all these like golf cart trails, motorcycle trails, or whatever, and these kind of tree paths. It makes a really fun course to kind of fly with the airplane and get down on the deck, fly below the tree line. I do it with 1.3, so it's a little bit, I don't know how the 5.8 stuff works through it, but you can really like Top Gun style get down low and carve through these trails, and it's a lot of fun. So I'm really looking forward to doing that again.
Do you have a seaplane of any sorts?
Hey.
Is there a lake?
Yeah, you need to do a touch and go off of their pool, or a full stop landing in their pool, like I can.
Floats.
Yes, if you
Yeah,
think
right
you are
behind me there.
man enough. All right, let me see it.
See the Sport Cub hanging on the wall? It's next to the Fun Cub XL.
Okay, if you go full flaps, you can land in that pool. Now that is a half pool, and I used the old school foam Seawind, and I landed. I did 3 touch and goes and then a full stop on that pool.
I don't know how much we're gonna. I don't know. I'm planning on using that pool as a shower, so I'm gonna be camping out and I'll be jumping in the pool once or twice a day to kind of clean off. So it may have some muck in there. Who knows? No, it'll be all good. So,
That's
yeah,
pretty good,
I don't know. I don't know if I'm bringing that airplane. I've got a handful of things I want to bring. I'm actually going to be bringing my Ranger, and I'm going to be flying it around for a little bit, but then I'm going to be putting that up for sale as well. The last time I flew it was at the Pecan Patch.
Well, hey, I got something to show you, Bubba. Many years ago. How about last year? Last year, so I'm a big fan of the Sky Hunter. See that Sky Hunter right there?
Yeah.
So yeah, that one is an old. It's got a hole cut right there. See that hole in the bottom? So yeah, that's got a single-axis gimbal in it, and that's a mapping plane. Well, here's another one. So this is the. This one has been carrying my my Vector. So. Unfortunately, last year I was doing a night flight with it and forgot to change transmitter from a flying wing, and launched it. It just went straight into the ground and destroyed it. And it was a late night flight at a fly-in. My fault, but it died a horrible death. I bought a new airframe. I'm rebuilding it. It's been sitting in a box for a year. I decided, what the heck, it's time to finish this bad boy up.
There you go. Yep.
Yep. So, good stuff. So, you know what? I think you're going to have a good time.
Wait. So, I just saw this like an ad, right? It's from Banggood, and you can't see the pictures, but you'll know what it is. It says, "There's nothing more secure than having a pair of waterproof, glowing testicles hanging from your bike."
It's kind of weird to just walk in on that.
What?
It was an ad from Banggood, and you know how they have like the little testicles you can put underneath your truck?
I don't think they're very little.
They have these now that hang off the back of your bike, and they glow. They have literally everything.
Oh my gosh. They're probably so full of DPH. Just handling them, you'll get some.
I don't know what they're thinking. That's hilarious.
I don't know if y'all heard me squeal with delight.
I did. I don't know what was going on.
Hercules.
I checked Amazon and it said package delivered.
Nice.
Oh man, are we doing a live unboxing? Ladies and gentlemen, this is our weekly live unboxing.
It literally showed up. I went outside and there was nothing. And then I said, "Truman, where's the mail?" And he said, "It's in my mom's office."
Hey, FYI viewers, you're not supposed to cut towards yourself for safety, so don't take Jim's cutting habits.
He's using a bread knife.
One day we should go over every scar on my hand. There's probably 20.
Oh my God! What is it going on in there?
I got one right here. Sent me to the hospital. I cut the web of my hand off, and then one day I almost cut the. Sorry, that was inappropriate. All right.
That's guitar.
Guitar. You got guitar stuff. You got purple cable.
Oh no! Where is it?
It's a 2-box.
This was all guitars.
Celestron.
That's a speaker. This must be what I was really excited about, but it seems kind of little and flat.
Yep.
What RC awesomeness is in there?
When you were talking about that quadcopter, I thought, I wonder if my thing is going to be here today, and then it said delivered.
What you got? The suspense is killing me.
Worth the wait.
Worth the wait. In gold.
Oh, this is pretty good size.
We'll show
this is made by RPM.
Okay.
Oh, I know what this is. This is a speed enhancement device.
So maybe if you've been on our Facebook page, you saw where I put a blower on a quadcopter.
Mm-hmm.
So here's the blower parts.
You put a blower on a quadcopter and you proceeded to tick a couple of people off genuinely that didn't understand what you were doing.
Well, first I said I was going to put I was going to tune my carb And
Yeah,
I wasn't
always
intentionally. I'll build this here on the screen. I wasn't trying to be a butthead. I just thought it was funny. So maybe it needs a little glue. So here's the blower. Yeah. A camera definitely will not fit in that thing.
Mm-mm.
Now that's a drag.
Literally.
And then here's the blower part. So then that's gonna what? I guess I have two things that go up here.
Yeah.
So there is the blower.
Awesome. Now you got to paint the butterflies red on the intake.
Yeah.
And then you're done, man. And now you can stick that on anything RC and automatically gain 10 miles an hour.
Yeah. There's also a belt here.
Yeah. Nice.
But yeah, my concept was I could Velcro this onto any craft I have at any moment.
That's a weigh-in. That's a weigh-in 671 street charger. And
when you hit it, it sounds like this. Is that how it sounds?
That is the sound of a screw. Oh yeah.
Well, I feel like I'm missing some parts here, man.
Nah, brother, that's what you get for $6.
Well, how are these two things supposed to be held together? There's no screws or anything.
Magic. You know what? Maybe
glue,
that's
man.
for a specific kit that has like some sort of things that stick up in it, and you just mount that to it.
There's
some of that foam adhesive, man.
Speaking of which, I foam adhesived my landing gear back onto the hot trigger.
Hot trigger.
And Jason and I went out and flew it. And I'll talk about the end of the flight. I took advantage of some battery left to fly it, but like you know how I was saying, Jason, I felt like I was at full throttle the whole time.
Yeah.
It's because the pack was dead.
That'll do it.
Okay, I want you to A, B, Jason flying an airplane, then B it with me flying the airplane. It's like, yeah, what? And so the pack was almost gone. And then this guy in a jet was like, landing! And he like landed on the whole runway. He landed at the end, and then he went out and got it. And by the time he got his craft off the runway, I was having to land in the weeds, and I ripped the landing gear off. But I was going to say to you, Jason, looks to me like that wood piece that was in there is the only glued part of the landing gear, and everything else was just pressed in.
Really? Okay.
So which is why it came out so nice, pretty clean, and fast.
Yeah.
So I foam tacked it in, which worked, and my only fear is that it will now rip the whole bottom of the airplane off next time I actually bring it in too hard.
Just don't do that.
Yeah, I would say it's definitely a runway airplane. It is not a grass airplane. And so I have video of that I could share right now.
Of you ripping the gear out of it?
No. That was after the camera was rolling. Screen share.
Dun 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 dun.
Technology.
There we go.
All right, and I'll provide the sound effects.
Let me do it. Hey, y'all, Jim T. Graham here. I got you the hot trigger, and we are flying and rolling.
Hot trigger!
That's about all I got.
So the hardest thing about this airplane was getting the stickers on perfect.
That is one good-looking airplane.
It is awesome. And it really is an easy build, and it's well thought out. Get the motors installed. The prop went to the dirt on my last flight, and it didn't care. It just
what are you powering it with? 3S or
4S 2200, which is
right.
what they suggested. I think that's more for CG than anything else. So look at that.
Uh-oh, rolling circles. Jason.
Okay, I will point out, and I almost did it in the video, behind us, you can't hear it right now, but there's a DJI Phantom that some dude thought would be really cool to fly literally 3 feet behind our head. Did you know that thing was back there, Jason?
What was it? Oh, the guy on the...
Yeah, there's a Phantom 3 feet behind us.
Yeah.
What are people thinking when they do that? I mean, literally.
Yeah, he was just filming. It was no big deal.
Yeah, no, upon listening to the video, I was like, man, I don't know how cool I am with that thing right behind us like that.
Nice slow roll across the field, Jason.
You flew the crap out of that thing, Jason.
Yeah, I feel like I could. I mean, I don't know. There's much better 3D pilots than myself, but
I think I thought you were going to say
get dialed in, get comfortable with it. It's a very nice flying airplane. You can do anything you can do. Your skill set will take it there.
So is it a high energy type plane, or is it a slow? Can you get down slow and do some?
It's in between. It's it's not like a flat foamy, and it's not like a big gasser. It's kind of
a hot trigger.
It's a hot trigger style.
One of the reasons Manny from Grotner said, "Hey, you want to try this out?" And A, it's about the right size. B, it's the right colors. And the other idea was that maybe, and I don't know if I have a picture here to talk about this. I'll turn the video off.
Hot trigger.
Hot trigger.
Hey, a lot of likes on that one.
Hot trigger.
Yeah. What are you gonna fly? Hot trigger.
Like
Who are you gonna call?
It's the hot pocket of the RC airplane world.
Caliente pocket. Diarrhea pocket.
Oh, on that nose piece that I showed at the front, I was thinking I've got a pan and tilt. That was hilarious. Don't get me wrong. I just
I know. Okay.
Forgot what I was going to say. And by the way, the blower did come with screws, so
nice.
I'll have it together before the end of the show. But I got a pan and tilt out, and I think I'm going to mount it on that battery hatch on the nose, and then I'm going to see how it looks, and through the goggles to see if that works. And then I was thinking, Jason Cole, that this would also, if I do that, I should put my on-screen display that I have on my Surfer 1500 on the big boy here.
Ooh, okay, there you go.
The reason I think that would be important would be as I start testing out FPV Knifedge passes, you definitely want to see how fast you're dropping in altitude. And the only way to really do that would be to have on-screen display on that thing.
Could work. That'll be an interesting test.
So you see, let's see if I can. Okay, see the Western Western.
You did it again.
I can't stop. It's kind of like you and paraglider.
Take a drink.
All right, that West Michigan Park Flyer plane right there. That is what I do my Knifedge FPV with, and I use that little.
Really?
I use the. What is the one from Horizon? The little 25 milliwatt doohickey. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
So I use that one. I stick that on there, and every time I go to one of the big fly-ins, the Horizon Indoor, E-Fest, anything like that, I'll do Knifedge flight all around, just holding Knifedge. And initially, like if you turn Knifedge, especially an outside Knifedge, and you're going around, so I guess it's pulling negative G's if you were in the cockpit. Right? So if you're doing the Knifedge flight initially, it's very confusing, but it takes like 30 seconds, and then you have it down packed, and you can fly Knifedge all over the place without even a second thought.
That sounds like the perfect amount of time to ram it into the earth.
No, man, all you do is hold that rudder, and then you're doing left and right with the elevator just like you were standing on the ground, but you're flying sideways, and your head starts turning sideways, and you're like, I got this. And then all of a sudden some guys flutter by, you're like, and you just cut it in half.
I figured I would just get it super high and start out that way and see how it works.
Mm-hmm. That'll work too. No, it helps to have what are the things on the wingtips, Jason? The side force generators.
SFGs, baby.
Yeah, it really helps to have a pair of those on there because you don't have to have a lot of rudder input, and then you're not angling up into the sky as you're flying.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
I might do that. I have a kit over here that I got from Dave Thacker.
Hot Pockets.
I like Hot Pocket better than Hot Pocket.
Yeah, I think.
I used to do that whole comedic stand-up thing right there.
I like Jim Gaffigan as the Colonel. He's doing pretty good in there.
Yeah, it's funny.
He's got a great dad brand.
Yeah, he does. He's cantankerous.
Okay, I'm sorry, I misspoke. R.A. Cores? Everybody familiar with R.A. Cores?
R.A. Yep.
Mm-hmm.
He's bearded. He looks a little bit like Sandy Claus, and he's at most of the events.
He's a pretty cool cat.
And so here's the story. Well, I was shooting photos of the vendor row at Joe Knoll, and all the ready-made RC guys were in there and talking, looking at stuff, and RA was there. I have a photo of it to commemorate the moment. But he had an airplane sitting in front of him, and I was like, hey, tell me about this. And then ready-made guy said, It's an awesome plane. And I said, well, I'm looking for something I can hand launch, FPV, super simple. And they were like, it's right there. You're looking at it. So it's the BLOWER.
Oh, there we go. Hold on, let me get you on share here. Dun 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 dun. Wait, how do you pronounce that? Down.
BLOWER?
Dernberger?
BLOWER. Yeah.
BLUFO.
Joel Dernberger's EPP BLUFO.
Now,
That, I heard, is a very popular rig from RA Course for FPV. They sell that one, like you said, on Ready Made RC.
and I haven't attempted to build it because I've been trying to catch up. Let me share a photo with you here. So that's it. Wait,
Who's that handsome fella?
That's not it. This is not the airplane I have. This is the BLUFO. Okay.
That's it.
No, I don't think it is.
That one's it, isn't it?
Yeah, that one's
The
it.
BLUFO.
Yeah, that's it. So the interesting part about this, and this image is not the best, the motor is in the middle, and so what he says he does is he grabs it from behind right here and holds it in front of him with the goggles on, and then throttles up and just releases it, and it flies out of his hand.
That looks like it was taken at Y'all's Field.
I don't think so.
Not that one.
No.
That other one. You have those little rolling hills in the background. Beautiful plane, by the way.
Yeah, so this looks more like it. That's not it either. The motor's on the front.
That's the TUFO.
Holy cow, man, there's a lot of foes.
I know.
What about the Mofo? Was that a cool plane?
The Brofo.
So I'm going to build this thing soon, maybe this weekend, depending on the weather. And then I'm going to work with the awesome dudes over at Ready Made RC, and they were talking about possibly getting some kind of cool 180-degree cam for it. So
Oh, yeah.
you can look forward to that. I also need to paint it in an awesome like manner, you know. And then I have one more thing.
Let's see it.
It's this guy.
You know, you've been talking a lot of good stuff about this. This must be an incredible unit because you have a lot of monitors.
I do.
More monitors than most human beings.
I mean, I never thought that Jim Graham,
Would be a monitor guru.
Yeah, just
Dare I say it?
so.
You should see his bathroom when he sits on the toilet. He's got a monitor set up across from it.
No,
FPV, you gotta go
monitors,
with number 2.
FPV, and let's talk about monitor.
Toilet FPV. That's never been done, and how many things haven't been done? It should be done. So eSheen sent this to me, and did I pull the link up?
Is it eSheen or eSheen?
I call it eSheen. It's from Banggood, and they were like, "Hey, do you want this?" And I think I said in another broadcast I tried to find some other folks since I already have one, but then it occurred to me that I have a set of head plays, and one of those died. So if my monitor died, I'd be in big trouble. So here, this thing shows up. I like this a lot. It's got
yeah, look at that.
these are hard plastic as opposed to the soft ones that fold in on the sides and then you can't see your on-screen display correctly. You get this in the light just right. It's dual diversity. Here's another thing I like. The SD card is right here, and it's super easy to get to. The other one was kind of in the back and kind of hard to get to. And then you have all your AV outs and all that good stuff. Now, another cool thing about this, and this is the LCD 5802D. I have this, well, I'll keep talking, then I'll show you the screen that I'm looking at. But it has a built-in LiPo. So before we went to the field, I just plugged this in, and then I'm going to hit the power button here. And this tells me how my battery is. So this will tell you when you're charged. It turns green. So now there's no external battery hooked up. I just have this unit by itself. And the other thing I like is to record, I just have to push this button right here. The other one was kind of tricky to get to record. As Jason can attest, I spent a lot of time saying, is it recording? I don't know if it's recording.
Yep.
But this one's super easy. And that's kind of it's the things I require. Dual diversity, DVR, easy recording access to know that I actually recorded what I meant to and don't go home without it, which has happened. And then this thing right here is pretty awesome. It
I think
retails.
that's a good unit.
Yeah, 119, which is totally doable price.
Have you used it in the field yet?
Yes.
Okay, so does it switch well? Has it got a good algorithm for diversity?
I need to use it more, but I was flying. I got the Hermit back in the air, and proving again that dang thing had great video signal all over the field. And I looked at the video off of this yesterday. It looked good to me. That's primarily what I use it for, is recording what I'm seeing in the goggles for you when I review something. And then second, it's a backup monitor in case everything goes haywire.
Yep, yeah. I like it a lot, man.
So far, so good. They don't come with good antennas. It would be really awesome if a unit like this actually came with proprietary antennas, an Omni, and some sort of directional that was a good set of antennas.
Yeah. You know, the last
Those are mine.
the last monitor I have and have purchased is the Black Pearl. That's how old.
Yeah, mine still works great, man.
I use it a lot.
So here's the
That's a good
actual.
price.
Yeah,
Price.
119. That's kind of the going rate.
E-Sheen.
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 And then you have, I don't know if you can see my mouse here, but you have your A and B lights to show which one you're pulling off.
Shine.
Dramita. Right? Dramita.
He knows he's watching right now. Dromeda.
One more thing. Now, I have a monitor that has speakers like this in the back. All these monitors kind of look the same, but they have different features. The speakers on this were super loud. Like, I turned it down to 0 because the one thing I'm running doesn't have a mic. But holy cow, the speakers on this would really work.
And again, I tried to scroll down to look further. It has a camera-sized thing in the bottom of it, so you can put it in the tripod. Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool.
And then the other question you should ask is, it's got a built-in LiPo, but can I run my own LiPo when that dies? And yes, it comes with right here on top a power cord for, I would assume, like a 3-cell.
Nice.
Mm-hmm.
And it's got a race band on there too.
Oh yeah.
So Johnny Picky, you'll know if I don't like it, really like this one. It's now the #1 unit.
Johnny Picky. That sounds like a bluegrass slide steel player.
Johnny Picky, the Pictones. You can
Bella
pick your
Fleck and
friends
the
now.
Flex.
All right, y'all. I'm gonna go get a Allen wrench and be right back. So.
Well, hold on. Take it off.
Oh no, just keep looking. No.
Oh, okay. I'm gonna stop. There you go. That was good. We could stare at the pricing for the E-Sheen for a little while. Huh?
So check this out, Matt.
Oh, she's looking.
And everybody, here's the Wyvern. Still waiting on parts, but I ended up buying the wing.
I have that same one.
The
Let me
wing
put you
version
on.
1.3 antenna. So I can kind of route it, and I'll have to, cut out all the foam and
Yeah,
stuff.
I bought the same one for that purpose, and it actually looks really awesome mounted there.
So keep it as low profile as I can, and keep it away from other stuffs. And
Got some good looking
that's the
stickers.
first time
out
I've used
there,
one of
I
these
believe.
wing sideways mounted ones. So pretty cool. Just
You
running a
like
little
those?
200
You
milliwatt.
like those notch filters, don't you?
Well, I have to run it on my 2.4 on my radio.
Yeah, that's right. You're
Because,
using
I'm not
2.4
using
control.
Dragon Link. But yeah, so the first time I tried one of these without the notch filter, it was a hairy flight, man. It was all losing signal.
I did that one time with 2.4 gig actually on a Gowie helicopter, and I think I got about 40 feet before it lost control.
Yeah. So once I added those notch filters, it's been great. I haven't had any issues whatsoever running 2.4 with 1.3 video.
Good.
So.
Nice.
Pretty cool. Pretty cool.
Pretty cool.
What else?
Mm-hmm.
I'll tell you what I'm doing. I got to start taking my daughter in. Summer started last week, so I got a whole week or so of summer, but she's got a job, and I have to start driving again at 8 in the morning. So, based on my pathetic flight performance with the hot trigger, I'm going to drop her off at her little place each morning at 8, and on the way home, I'm going to stop by the field and fly 2 packs out. Or, catching my throat. Hot trigger. Okay, but I'm going to fly 2 packs at the airfield on the way home to.
Is this going to be a daily thing?
I'm going to do it daily until I feel good about it.
That'll be awesome.
That's a nice thing to do. That sounds like it's flying weather. Why not get out of the house and fly.
It's the best time to fly now, especially in the summer, because it gets hot here.
Yeah.
I know up in Ohio, where you're from, Matt, it only gets up in the
Give me a
70s.
break. It's 90 freaking degrees right now. It's 90 outside.
I thought it was snowing.
Yeah, that was yesterday. No, seriously, man, it's full-blown summer here, and I'm down in a basement, if you couldn't tell by the rafters above me, so it stays a balmy 67 degrees in here all summer long.
Nice.
I have to wear socks and turn the heater on sometimes in the summer down here. So it's rough. It's a rough life I live.
When I started working at Hobby Lobby, I lost the blower there for a second. When I started working at Hobby Lobby, I would drive in, and the airfield is on the way to that job, was on the way to that job, and I would put a 40 size knife profile plane, 3D plane, in the trunk of the Cadillac, and I would have it fueled up and charged each night, and then I would throw it in my car, and I would fly one tank out, and then go into work.
That's a pretty fun thing to do, especially that you get to drive the 76 Hell Dorado to work.
The only problem is when you only fly once, every day you have to deal with telling people why you're leaving. They're like, where are you going? Where are you going? I only fly one tank, and then I go to work. What? It's work. And that happened every day for like a year straight.
It is like a bunch of retired guys that fly at that field, because it's only, in the summer it's only available Monday through Friday from 8 to 3.
Yeah.
So it's, people that don't work that get to go fly there. But, it brings up a good thought. I mean, there are retirement communities for RC modelers. You may not know that, but there's one I know in Ocala, Florida, called Top of the World.
Top of the World, that's it.
In Ocala, Florida, yeah. So it's like, one day
it's got to be a
retire.
kidding fest.
It might be too much.
I don't know. I mean, it wouldn't be. I mean, it's kind of like they have full-scale flying communities, right, where you live and you share hangar space, and there's run taxiways to all the houses and different things. It's kind of cool for RC modelers too to be able to walk out, walk out right to your field and go to flying. That's how you live your retirement years.
You were talking about Larry from Hobby Lobby who bought a place and built a field and all that stuff.
Larry Powell, yeah.
I think he got burnt out on that.
Yeah, I mean, it's a lot of space. It's a lot of property to take care of. It's a big house, and so it may not be everybody's thing, That's why you do it as a community, because it's not up to you to take care of everything. You pay in homeowners association fees or whatever, and your association's hiring lawn services to keep everything groomed and nice, and you just get to enjoy it. So.
All right, before this podcast's over, I'm going to make a reality of magicness come true. So I'll be right back.
Boom.
Hey Jason, I got a Jetty question for you.
Jedi.
So we were talking earlier about flying gliders, and I've been going out daily at lunch and catching some thermals. I caught a good hour ride, but I do want to use a variometer. So I know that I use Futaba right now. There's a Telemetry Futaba variometer. I'm not too keen on the tone sound. It's very harsh when it comes out of the Futaba, but I've heard that the Jetty version is pretty buttery smooth sounding.
It is awesome. I've got one in my original Snipe, my first one. It's tiny. It's called the M Alti. And it's very, very small and really light, so it's great for a small DLG. But it doesn't do tones, so you can either have it display the altitude in real time on the screen, so you can
really
it'll display the altitude in feet or meters or whatever you want. And
I saw a video online where a guy was doing the tones.
No, well, you can set it to do tones. It's kind of the cool thing with Jetty. You can kind of do whatever you want.
Okay, because that's what I want. I want to be able to know when I'm hitting a thermal.
Yeah.
And,
well, they do have so the M Alti is basically just an altitude telemetry. It's not necessarily a vario, although it could be used that way in the radio. You can set tones. Now there is a true variometer, a sensor that you can get, and that will do the pure glider.
That's what I want. Yeah.
But what I like the M Alti for is because it's a lot smaller, it's a lot easier to use, a lot easier to set up. But then I have the accelerometer controls to trigger the altitude readout. So whenever I want to know the altitude, I just tilt the radio up, and it goes altitude 300 feet.
Oh, that's cool. You got it set up so it feels when you tilt it to a certain degree, it tells you the altitude.
Yeah, so that's
awesome.
When I was working on my launch technique for the snipe, I would use that a lot. So I would launch, wait till I get to the top, and then tilt the radio and have it read out how high I just threw. And I would practice and see what would get higher, what would get lower. It was really great for that. But then you can have it call out at any time. So when you're climbing in a thermal, similar to the tones, you can just keep doing the readout, and you'll see 300 feet, 305 feet, 320 feet, and you can just see it going up through the audible input or output.
Does it have a Nicole Kidman preset?
Well, sure. You can record whatever announcement voices you want. You can do all that stuff.
She lived down the street from me,
Boom.
Really?
Yeah, they lived in a house.
She voices Spectrum DX9s. So.
I'll tell you a story. Since it's Thursday and all, I was at the movie theater with my wife, and Hollywood, well, not Hollywood 27, but it's the one by the mall, Jason.
Opera Mills?
No, the one.
Which mall?
Green Hills Mall.
We live in a big city. I don't know. I don't go out there.
So, as we're coming up, we're leaving the movie theater. As we're going up the escalator, everyone is acting very odd. And we realized that Nicole Kidman and the hottest man alive, who's her husband? Country singer. Keith Urban are coming down the escalator together, looking amazing. Very few people look better in real life, but they're coming down the thing, trying to look like normal people. And what I realized was everyone that they went past, people would be normal until they got up to them and realized what they were seeing, a mega superstar couple, and then everyone would freeze. And I watched them go through that movie theater and freeze it. It's as if they hit a freeze button. The whole place stopped moving as they went by. It was crazy.
Awesome.
And I'd like to now say that this hobby, I hope you're all listening, viewers, this hobby is about making your RC dreams come true. RC is a hobby. We don't need RC to eat or drink. We don't need RC to, most of us
procreate.
Yeah, no. RC is a thing we do on the side to make us happy, because life is short. And I'm about to show you some RC awesome. Present it, Matt. That's right. It's a real blown quadcopter. Dude. It's almost exactly like the picture that I made.
Actually, it's pretty funny.
What is it stuck on there with?
Velcro.
Oh, yeah. Man, oh, man. That actually is going to add some horsepower.
So this thing all screwed together. It's got 2 screws in the bottom and 1 screw in the front, and no glue. It's not chintzy. It's there forever.
Yeah. You know what that one guy said on the thing? He said, what did he say? Turbos are better. I was like, no way, dude. There's too much heat. You'll melt the props.
That's funny, man.
Pretty cool. Let's get a screenshot.
Yeah, get it nice and clear. Back it up. There you go, right there. Now look serious. Yeah, there you go. Yeah, there you go. All right.
Sideways smile.
Yeah, there you go. All right, man.
All right, this is going to be the shot for the video. Or the
we're all like being quiet, like it's taking some sort of screen grab.
No, let me get the antenna up there.
Oh, that antenna looks like it's taking
actually
a beating.
Took a chink or two out of it, and it's so dang long.
Dude, you beat that thing up.
Okay, let me fire it up, man. This is safe, right?
All right. Props off of it, right?
No. He's firing it up. He's firing it up. He's got no transmitter plugged in.
Hell no.
Oh my God! It just.
I got Terry on the front, props next to my nose.
Just point it away from your face.
Don't do this at home, kids. We're adults and we're stupider and have less to lose if we die.
We'll be disfigured for less time than you would if you were young.
So would it be like what? Jason Cole throws a battery.
Oh my God.
Super cool, man.
Nice.
Yeah, I like it. I like it. I like it a
That
lot.
was worth $8.
Totally.
Totes my goats. Up. We've hit the magical hour number. Is everybody out of things to talk about?
All right, y'all.
I think
there's-
so. Yeah, I don't have anything else in the short term. I got a couple boats I'm building, but we'll go over that next week.
Totes my goats for our boat crowd.
Yeah,
Okay.
all four of us.
I'm sorry, I always disparage the boats. I should.
You do.
They probably will take over the whole industry.
Hey, we've been going strong for years.
All right. All right, everybody. Well, it's Thursday. It's summertime. Jason and I and Matt have all been flying, so we're not going. Well, Jason, you're going to a show. Matt, you're about to go to a show, right? XFC?
XFC. No, my next show is next weekend, coming up just for the day. I'm heading down to Doylestown for their annual Barnstormers 3D Bash.
Nope. You're
so-
coming to the pecan patch.
I wish I could, man.
Come on down.
Honestly, I'll pull that 700-mile leg in one of these days.
Just take your boy with you. Give your
Oh,
wife a
he'll
break.
love it. As soon as he gets old enough to not require 100% attention, he's 3 now. So as soon as he gets about a year and a half older, I'm guessing, he's coming with me. Regardless, we're gonna start touring together, and we'll leave the house alone to my wife so she can like relax.
If I can give you one piece of advice as a father of 2 and a husband of 1, teach him how to shoot video as soon as possible. Because I always wish my daughter or somebody in my family could go out in the backyard and shoot video while I fly.
Seriously, that's a good one.
You start
But
with
yes.
a 9mm and work your way up. But
What? I'm confused.
He's talking pistols now.
Ah, he's
to
pistola.
teach your kid to shoot.
Oh yeah. So yeah, we got that one next weekend. Then XFC. So I'm excited. That's gonna be a fun run. Out to Champaign to see Big Daddy Frank.
Hey, man, maybe you'll get on Frank's new TV show.
Oh yeah, that'd be pretty
Backseat.
cool.
What's it called, Jason? Backseat Driver?
Road noise.
Road Noise, that's
Keep
it.
it RC.
Yeah.
Check out Road Noise on the Hobbico channel, and you can see myself, Jason, and the lovely Miss Ashley in the van driving around Seth while it rains.
Hot potato.
Hot potato, sweet potato,
Hot trigger.
hot trigger,
Potato.
sweet potato. That's been the RC Groups Live Hangout with your hosts, Jim T. Graham, Matt Gunn, and Jason Cole. RC Groups, the world's largest and most active RC website. Thanks, y'all. I will talk to you later.
Oh, yeah.